The winter break is over and a new semester is starting. This is the time of year when our semester may have already ended or it's going to be soon. Whether you are starting full brand new classes or you have a new marking period with your classes, how we think as parents and how we're encouraging our children to think about that new beginning can make a huge difference in how the semester goes. Ron Kaufman said, "Let today's strong performance be your starting point for tomorrow." So each day, as we are embracing the new and the just those next steps and being able to have a great start to the semester, I want to encourage you to have a positive tone. There are days that are going to be tough, and that's okay. And we can acknowledge that and know that those things are coming. But I really just want to encourage you as we talk to really set the tone for how the rest of this school year is going to go. So stay tuned.
Hey there, I'm Courtney and I'm the founder of Confused to College Ready. With over 15 years experience as a mental health therapist turned school counselor, I am bringing my experience and expertise to help you navigate the college search experience. My goal is to serve students and their families and unlock the secrets to college searching. Stay tuned.
All right. Hey there. I am Courtney. I'm the founder of Confused to College Ready, and I am super excited to spend some time talking with you all. I have over 18 years experience working as a mental health counselor and school counselor. And I am just so excited to be able to spend some more time talking with you and helping you and your student have a good start to the rest of to this new year. So I'll talk a little bit in a few minutes just about goals, and I'm not a huge fan of SMART goals and setting these goals. And then, if you've ever had anyone where there's a New Year's resolution and we put these things in place, and then all of a sudden we're a month in and we go, yeah, I really wanted to do that, but you know what? It didn't happen. And oh, well, I'll just continue with whatever it is. I want us to set some intentions, knowing that not every day is going to be perfect, knowing that there are going to be struggles that we have. But I want to talk about intentions, and we'll do that in just a minute. But the first thing that I really want you to do as a family, as parents, and with your student is acknowledging your accomplishments, acknowledging your students' accomplishments, and then reflecting about what went well and maybe what are some things that you need to be worked on for the upcoming year. As you start the conversation with your student, I really want to say, don't go into it with the mindset that this isn't a consequence conversation. This is a how can everyone best be supported, and what can we do to make sure that this semester goes as smoothly as possible. But think about the first semester. Think about how things went. Were there things that went really well and we want to continue with these habits, or we want to continue with how to have structure with the new year? Or were there maybe some things that, that didn't work very well and we had this put in place and we probably ought to go ahead and have a different system with whatever it might be. Maybe it's with study habits. Maybe it's with balancing time with friends and extracurricular activities and the schoolwork and all of those pieces. And then really celebrate your students' accomplishments. What have they done well? And just to continue to give them encouragement. So the second part, and we talked about this a little bit, is really setting those intentions for your semester. So first we want to acknowledge accomplishments and then reflect on the beginning of the school year. Second, we want to set some intentions for the rest of the semester. So thinking about classes, thinking about extracurricular activities, other responsibilities for students, talk through potential concerns and what other things might be happening. Maybe there is something happening medically and your student is going to be having a procedure done, or honestly, in my house, my son just broke his foot. And so that is not how we thought that this semester was going to go. That's not how we thought things were going to start. And so we're having to change some different plans to make sure that he is going to be taken care of, and also that he has everything that he needs to be successful in his in this semester. So looking at potential concerns, really talking about how to be intentional with checking in and conversations and how you want to address those as a family when things come up. And then if you're in your junior year or your senior year, a lot of it really is going to be continuing to have conversations about what are your next steps as far as that college search for our juniors. And then for our seniors, what are your next steps in figuring out and making some decisions once you have all of the responses from those colleges? So the first thing that we had is acknowledging your accomplishments and reflecting. The second thing is really going to be setting some intentions for the semester. So, and kind of thinking ahead of what are the things that I want to do and how am I going to handle my successes and also some challenges. So the next thing is going to be self-care. So making sure that you are getting enough sleep, that your student is getting enough sleep. They really need 8 to 10 hours of sleep a night. I don't know about you all. I've shared before, I have a competitive athlete here in my house. And again, I talked about how his things are changing a little bit as far as his injury. But one of the things that we really encourage him to do is to make sure that he's getting sleep and that he also is eating well and that he is being aware of the balance with his schoolwork, with the classwork that he's doing, and with those extracurriculars, and then his time with his friends. And then also taking breaks when needed. As adults, we need this. I don't know about you all, but there were so many people I talked to that before the winter break, everyone was ready. We just needed some downtime. I need some time to be able to focus and unwind and focus on family and to take that time. So, really just helping your student to identify and again, setting those intentions of what do we want some of this year to look like. So acknowledging our accomplishments, setting our intentions, making sure that there is good self-care, and then going into that schoolwork and making sure that you stay organized and having priorities that are in line with what those intentions are. So having it and encouraging your student to have a really good system to keep track of assignments, tests, quizzes, those outside activities. When you have practice after school or you have a job and you're working multiple hours, it is really important that students know, okay, these are when I have several of these tasks or assignments or tests or quizzes or whatever it might be that are due. And this is how these are the activities that I have during the week. And so, I could spend 5 hours hanging out with my friends, but then I'm not going to get work done. And so how do I balance that? And I'm going to do a couple hours of work, and then I'll have, as long as I get done what I need to get done, then I'll make sure that I have some time with my friends. Talking about prioritizing, just as far as looking at due dates. If you have something that's not going to be due for a week, but you have a quiz tomorrow and you haven't been able to study for it as much, what does that need to look like for your student or for you as the student? And making sure that you are prioritizing. This is a conversation that I often have at school, as in our second semester, that's when our students will have a lot of the AP classes that they are taking. And it is really breaking down assignments into smaller bits. So if you have 40 vocabulary words that are due in a week, it's breaking that down so that you're doing a few words every evening to make it so that it's not quite so stressful. And then ask for help early and ask for help often. It is not a bad thing to ask for help. And I think a lot of times our students believe that it is. They think it's something where that's the only thing I can focus on is I'm going to do it myself and I'll figure it out. And our niece, she is 2, she's almost 2. And one of her favorite things that she says now is self. So it's not me do, or I'm going to do it, or I'll do it myself, self. And so she is adamant that she wants to figure things out on her own. And that is a great thing. And she's showing that independence. But there's times where she still needs her mom or her dad, or she calls me CC, or her CC, or her grandparents, that she still needs some help. And sometimes our students need that too. And so encouraging them, this is not a bad thing to go ask for help and that support. We want to encourage them to ask for help, and the teachers are there. And then checking in as far as if, the maybe some before school or after school isn't enough, finding out about tutoring options or opportunities, check in with your school counselor. I know with my particular school, we have a list of counselors that are available on the website. So check those resources. But those are some of the big things we really want to encourage students to make sure that they are starting strong. So again, we're going to acknowledge accomplishments and reflect on the first half of the school year. Really, number 2 is setting intentions for the semester. Number 3 is that self-care piece. And then number 4 is that organization and prioritization with schoolwork. If this is something that you would like to talk through in more detail, I would absolutely love to have a conversation with you, free 15-minute call, and we can talk through whatever questions or concerns you have. You can send me an email, admin@confusedtoready.com. You also can connect with me. I am doing multiple live videos a week on Facebook as well as YouTube. And you can find me at Confused to College Ready. And I would love for you to let me know what other questions or concerns you might want me to discuss. I hope you have a fantastic week. I look forward to talking with you next time. Take care. Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to our podcast. Please subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes. You can find us on Instagram and Facebook at Confused to Ready, and download our free guide on how to start or expand your college search at confusedtoready.com/how to start.